hit the subscribe button. Or don't. I really don't care one way or the other. Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, I thought I'd go over a very well-known issue with the Uncanny X-Men pinball machines. And I'll show you how I solved my issue. Now, unfortunately, the fix, well, it's not a one-size-fits-all. And just because this is how I got my machine to work doesn't mean it's going to work for your machine. The issue at hand is both the automatic and manual plunge issue. Now, when I got this machine, and a lot of other people also have this issue, it seems to me like maybe 50%, if not more. But your manual plunges, the ball would not make it up the ramp all the way in the back. The same thing for the automatic plunges. Now, after tinkering around a lot, I finally got my machine to work 100%. My machine is a fairly new machine. It was built in either March or April of this year. So, yeah. My machine is actually pretty good. So, first thing off. When I started playing it, I got to the nice height and the nice angle I wanted, and I noticed my plunges sucked no matter what I did. My manual plunge, I'd pull it all the way back, and the ball would not be able to make it up the ramp. The automatic plunges, even at max power, they could not make it up the ramp. So I started to investigate. I start hearing about this Stern fix kit. And I thought, well, even though my machine is new, it probably doesn't have this fix kit. Why? Because Stern's a company, and why would they, just like most companies, save a buck? And it's not every single machine, apparently. So I requested this fix kit. It took about 2 weeks for me to actually get it, about a week, maybe even more, before I even got an answer that I was getting it. So, yeah, built in March or April of this year, both plunges are bad. So the first thing I did is I thought, well, they recommend to replace the shooter rod spring. These springs come in various colors. The colors mean basically a level of, what do you want to call it? Firmness. Certain colors mean very loose. Other colors, such as red, which looks like this, are the most powerful springs. So I figured, you know what? I'll replace the spring. That'll at least get me a good manual plunge. Springs come in. I look at my machine. I'm like, that already has a red spring. But just in case, I had some of these that I had previously purchased. And so, yeah, I replaced it. Manual plunges, still no go. Now first, let me show you that my machine is in fact pretty good. Manual plunge. Look at that. That one did not go. Let's try another one. There we go. Let's try another one. Manual plunges, no problem. So, let me move this here while I turn on the machine. And I will show you how my automatic plunges work. It's going to take some time for it to load up. So as I was saying, I replaced the spring just in case, and still no good. My automatic plunges, max power, no good. There we go. Do it again. Three for three. Let's see if we can make it to 5. Look at that. 5 for 5. So, how did I get my machine like this? Well, let me continue the story. Again, replaced the spring just in case, still no good. So then, I thought, I'll also put links down in the description box just in case you have an older machine and you want to purchase these items that I used or that I got. So the next thing, which was decided, is to get the Raiden ramp mod fix. And it's very hard to see. Let's see, is there a... Nope. Right down there, right where the ramp hits, there's a mod. It's basically an easy transition so the ball can make it up the ramp. Okay, you can barely see it right there. Let me turn off my machine. Hold on one second. Okay, you can kind of see it right there. It's kind of blurry, but it is a ramp transition. And the thought was that the ball is getting stuck on the metal ramp that's currently in the back. This mod from Raiden's Mod was supposed to help with that. Still nothing. Again, max power with Raiden Mod, nothing. Next thing I did was, well, it was thought of to replace the shooter rod with one that was, I believe it was an 1/8 of an inch longer, or maybe it was a 1/16 of an inch longer. So I replaced the shooter rod with the spring, the red spring, and the Raiden Mod in the back, no problem. My manual plunges worked perfect. However, my auto plunges still sucked. So, what's next? Well, let me get to that. Okay, so the next thing that was recommended was to replace this coil. And it's to replace it with a stronger coil. Again, I'll put a link down below. And so I did that. This one is stronger. I'm not sure how much stronger. All I know based on what I found on the forums, it's stronger. However, with this coil, it's not a direct replacement because this one comes with a diode that you need to cut. You need to cut it away. It's located right here on the bottom. I don't know if we can find some remnants of it. Probably not. Can kind of focus in and see it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to focus in. But yeah, there's a diode that you need to cut away. So, I did replace this. Don't mind my soldering skills, they suck. So here I am, a stronger coil. Raiden Mod. Maximum power on the coil, and still I could not get my automatic plunges to make it up the ramp. They would just get stuck at the bottom, and it was a no-go. Don't look at my fat finger. Finally, you know, in between the time I was doing all this, I did get confirmation from Stern that they were going to send me the fix kit. I told them, hey, I don't think my machine has it. I can't get the ball up the ramp. They said, no problem. Give us an address. They sent out the kit free of charge. A+ for that. Well, I get the kit, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to install the kit, and guess what? I noticed that my machine does have the kit installed. The whole kit includes a piece of plastic, which I'll show you, which goes in the back, a heavier shooter spring, and some other stuff for this area right here, which I won't get into because I personally don't think this has much to do with it. So yeah, let me show you. In fact, this is the piece right here. This thing. I was trying to install it, and that's when I realized my machine already has it. So, here we are. Raiden Mod. Increase coil. The coil set to maximum 255. And the Stern Fix plastic piece. Of course, along with the max power shooter spring. And I still could not get the ball up the ramp. I should point out, with the Raiden Mod, things got a little bit better, but still, they sucked. When I got, you know, the increased spring, that was one thing. But, you know, for the automatic plunges, the increased stronger coil, maximum power, I could get, and this is with the Stern Fix, I could get maybe 1 in 8 automatic plunged balls to make it up the ramp, and that was it. And I'm thinking, okay, this did not go through the testing phases or something. Or maybe it only passed testing when the pinball machine was as close to the ground as possible in regards to the legs. But yeah, something's wrong. And let me show you what I found out, what I took a look at, and yeah, 1 second. Okay, so right here, this is where this plastic piece was installed. And again, just in case, I removed the plastic piece that was on my machine and I installed the new one that I got, you know, from Stern. Because you never know, something could have been, you know, misaligned with my piece. But what happens is, this gets installed, roughly this gets inserted this way. The bottom of this piece of plastic needs to get aligned to the back of this ramp right here. And now it's supposed to fix everything. Well, let me show you why I had concerns. So let me just try and get this in. It's not exactly... Oops. 1 second. Okay, so let me see if I can get this in. Gotta get a tool here just to get this back piece. There we go. So you can, it might be hard to see, but that plastic piece is behind the ramp. Okay, and it sits right here. And of course, put in the screw. Keep everything secure. Alright. So, ball's supposed to travel up here, and this piece of plastic is supposed to make things better. I didn't buy that. So, if you look at the ball as it's traveling, it actually hits that plastic piece. Very hard to see because of the reflection. You can kind of make it out just a little. But look what happens when the ball hits that piece. In my opinion, it slows it down. See, look at that. So when this ball is flying, yeah, it won't get stuck unless you have a really, really poor plunge. But to me, it just did not make sense. So I'm going to leave this installed, and I'm going to show you what I think. You know, I mean, I think that piece was just messing everything up. Others have said the same thing. Other people have said the exact opposite, that this piece helped their machine. But on my particular machine, it did not do what it should have done. So I'm going to put this down, put the playfield in, we'll launch some balls, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so that plastic piece from the fix kit is in place. I'm going to start with manual plunges. These are manual plunges, max power spring, longer shooter rod. Works good. So, yeah, like I said before, when I had the increased strength on the spring and the longer shooter rod, I was making it up the ramp. To me, that issue was solved. You can see there's a little bit of hesitation, but from going to, you know, really, really bad performance to that on almost every plunge manually, that was a big improvement. All right, next. Now let's see how it performs with the plastic piece. Again, this is higher powered coil, better shooter spring, and the Raiden Mod transition ramp. Now I should point out, when I changed to the stronger coil, at 255 I could not get the ball up the ramp except for like 1 in 8 automatic plunges. That was at max setting at 255. Right now, with that stern fix removed, my coil power for the stronger coil is at 235. I may have raised it to 238 just to see. We'll check in a second. So, oh, look at that. I'm currently at 230. No stern fix, and I had perfect plunges for automatic. Well, something's... Oh, that got a little wacky. Okay, so let's raise this. Oops. 255, max power. Yep. All right, let's see if we can get some plunges going here. surprisingly, it made it. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Ah, there we go. Okay, that one didn't make it. Now again, this is at 255. Okay. That one didn't go. Okay, that one made it. Let's see what happens if I go and I lower to 235. Or 230, that's where we were at. That one made it. Oops. So you can see the performance is just not good. Let's see how this does in gameplay. Whole purpose here is just to test.
A dark future ruled by machines.
Okay, that one made it.
Do not lose heart, X-Men.
Okay, that was at 255.
You must not die. Open your mind to me.
That's less. Didn't make that one.
Unit power and go.
Okay, that one didn't make it.
Only together we can survive.
Let's keep going. Now, even though this doesn't look that bad, you gotta take into consideration multi-ball. When these balls are just flying out one after another. Okay, first one made it. Nope. And no. So again, not too bad until you hit multi-ball, but compared to what I was doing before, this is just not acceptable. That one didn't make it.
Open your mind to me. It is only together
Okay, that one made
we
it.
can survive.
And that one didn't.
We never yield.
Wow. So, take it for what you will.
System bypass failed.
Alright, so for me, yeah, what you saw was not acceptable. I'm going to take out the plastic piece again. I'm going to set my coil back down to 230 for the power and go with that. Again, my fixes may not help your machine. They may do the complete opposite. Unfortunately, if you have the shooter issue with your automatic plunges, okay, manual plunges, I truly believe your machine will be solved with the Raiden Mod fix and the stronger spring and the longer shooter rod. Automatic plunges, you're gonna just have to tinker around with it. I would install the Stern fix kit first, see what that does. And then I would get a stronger coil, see what that does. And then just go from there. Maybe try, removing the fix kit. Maybe try polishing the back of, the lanes back there. Who knows? It is what it is, and that's the unfortunate thing for this machine. But if you have any questions, let me know. Again, I'll put links in the description box for everything that I've purchased or you can purchase to try and solve these issues. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.